World Cup watch party. You
Mm.
know, what else? What else? What else? Yes, trying to get some advertising going. You know, yes, I think we can hear the sound now. I think it's fixed. I don't know what you did,
Um,
but it seems like
okay.
it's
Yeah,
working now.
and we also
Yes, we're still live on Awesome Radio Network. I'll be back with our top community news recap, proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. When we get back from this break,
I'm Dr. Kyle Horner from Carolina Arthritis Center. Are joint pain and stiffness holding you
do
back?
you know what you
At
did?
Carolina Arthritis Center, we're here to help you move
I've been
forward.
at the woman
Our
fixer.
board-certified rheumatologist and trained nurse practitioners
It's
specialize in diagnosing and treating inflammatory arthritis.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, it's going down in the chat. Uchendu Junior says the sound is back. Yes, the sound is back. Yes, Omotaya says, hello, people. Is Omotaya here again? And something is wrong with the sound. I think that's fixed. Please confirm and let us know. Yes, it's amazing to see, all the engagement and folks saying, oh, the sound is wrong. Oh, the sound is back. Yes, I think the sound is back. We hope the sound is back. And thank you for always, always, always showing up for us from all around the world, guys. Yes, but AY, we didn't get to hear from you then. How's your week been before we get to the
Pretty much like catching some, it's not it's more of a lot of personal work,
okay?
other responsibilities, nothing much on personal schoolwork and all of that.
Hmm. Amazing, amazing stuff. Yes, shout out to Carolina Arthritis Center for always, 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 always supporting and always showing love. Yes, it's time for our top community news recap, proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center, where your journey to health begins. What do we have, guys?
The first business is Pitt Community College opened a brand new 17.7 million welding technology building.
Yes, Pitt Community College has officially opened its new $17.7 million Greenville Toyota Welding Technology Building, giving the school's welding program more than double its
Previous
previous
space.
space.
The
The
new
new,
three, the
the
new
new
30,000 square foot facility includes 96 welding booths, fabrication shops, classrooms, and robotic welding technology. PCC leaders say the building will help meet the growing demand for skilled trade workers in eastern North Carolina. The welding program now serves nearly 400 students, including many high school students. School leaders say enrollment continues to grow every year, making PCC's welding program the largest in North Carolina. Students and local industries also played a role in building the facility, showing the strong partnership between the college and the region's workforce needs. Yes, moving on.
We also have Greenville's proposed budget adds firefighters, employee raises, and broad improvements without raising taxes.
Yes, the city of Greenville is proposing a new $195 million budget that would add firefighters, increase employee pay, improve roads and sidewalks, and support economic development projects, all without raising property taxes. A large part of the budget focuses on public safety, with 17 new fire rescue positions being added as the department moves to a new work schedule aimed at improving recruitment and retention. City employees would also receive pay increases through merit raises and cost of living adjustments. Other funding in the proposal includes money for street repairs, beautification projects, affordable housing, airport support, and arts programs. City leaders say the budget is focused on putting people first while continuing to invest in Greenville's growth and services. Yes, moving on.
City officials say Greenville cannot legally restrict ICE operations under North Carolina law.
Yes, Greenville city leaders said North Carolina law does not allow cities to limit immigration and customs enforcement activity. The discussion came after residents asked the city council to adopt policies similar to some larger cities that restrict cooperation with ICE and limit how immigration enforcement happens locally. City officials explained that state law prevents local governments from blocking federal immigration enforcement. Council members shared different opinions during the discussions, with some focusing on public safety and others emphasizing compassion and fairness for immigrant families. Leaders also stressed the importance of educating residents about their rights and reducing fear in the community. Yes, in our last news of the day, guys.
We have public school enrollment continues to decline across the country, including here in North Carolina.
Yes, public school enrollment is continuing to decline across the United States, including in North Carolina. Experts say the biggest reason is lower birth rates, but other factors like homeschooling, charter schools, micro schools, and concerns about school safety and immigration enforcement are also contributing to the drop. The declining student numbers are creating financial pressure for many school districts because funding is often tied to enrollment. Some districts are cutting staff, closing schools, or reducing programs to deal with budget shortfalls. In Pitt County, schools are considering cuts to dozens of teaching positions because of lower enrollment and reduced state funding. Yes, that's all we have for you today on our top community news recap, proudly presented by Carolina Arthritis Center, where your journey to help begins. Yes, you can still get our top community news recap on our website at pittperspectives.com. Yes, and all our socials too. Yes, Uchenna Jr. in the chat says the sound is back. Yes, thanks to AY, the sound is back. Yes, Bassy Hill, that's a new name. Bassy Hill says, hi, this is Olivia from Abba Storytelling Hangout. It's my first time here. Come on, one time for Olivia. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for joining us, Olivia. Olivia. Hey, that's interesting. Yeah, pronunciations. Yes, Esther Olama Shedrack says, hey, everyone. Esther from Abba Storytelling Hangout. Yes, thank you all for being part of the community. Thank you all for always engaging. Thank you all for always listening. And to all the silent listeners too, we see you, we appreciate you, and we love that you're part of the Pitt Perspectives family. Yes, this week's Community Voices segment, as always, is proudly presented by Adaptive Vital Care Solutions. Yes, care that adapts to life wherever you are. Adaptive Vital Care provides personalized and compassionate home care services designed to support independence, wellness, and dignity, whether at home or in community care settings. Yes, and this week we're talking about a question, and we're talking about something many people are asking, quietly. Is convenience making us less capable? Is convenience making us less capable? Yes, technology, I think we've talked about this in various shades already. While technology has made life easier in so many ways, we can order food online. I think for the first time in a long time this week, I ordered food online, Uber Eats, because I had a whole, I think it was, what's it called? What's this thing? Like a gift card, voucher or something. Yes, I had a voucher and I had to order food for the first time in a real long time. Yes, we can order foods online. We can use GPS instead of directions, and we can stream entertainment instantly, and even have AI help us answer questions or complete tasks. Yes, convenience saves time, obviously, but it also raises an interesting question. Are some of the things that make life easier, are they also changing the way we think, work, or solve problems? Yes, so today we want to hear from you as always. Do you think technology has made people too dependent on convenience? And what everyday skills or habits do you think people are slowly losing? And the final question is, has modern convenience improved your life more than it has hurt it? So, first, do you think technology has made people too dependent on convenience? Two, what everyday skills or habits do you think people are slowly losing? And three, has modern convenience improved your life more than it has hurt it? Yes, as always, would like to hear from you in the chats and the comments, and as always on our phone lines 252 756 2008, 252 756 2008. Yes, as always, call in and let us know and drop your comments. Do you think technology has made people too dependent on convenience? And what everyday skills or habits do you think people are slowly losing? And has modern convenience improved your life more than it has hurt it? So, I know you both have, a lot of things to say about this, but I feel like technology is not a new age concept, right? But it kind of feels, yes, let's maybe see how much we can get in before we have to go on a break. Yes, technology is a new age concept, but recently I think in the past couple of years has become such a thing. And I think no generation is sort of coming of age in the age of AI more than Gen Z. So as always, we are blessed to have a resident Gen Z in the building. Yeah, I don't know why he's frowning this morning. Some days you are half asleep, some days you're frowning. Is everything good, bro?
Yeah, everything's good. Who said I'm frowning?
Yeah, it looks better now. Yes, Ambassador Eberi here from Mbaya. It's my first time here. I've seen drums. Please roll some for you. Yes, we'll roll some for you after we get back from the break. This is still Awesome Radio, and this is Stupid Perspectives. Don't touch that dial. Boom.
Not every job changes lives, but this one does. At Adaptive Vital Care Solutions, our caregivers do more than provide support. They bring comfort, companionship, and peace of mind to families when they need it most. Whether you're a CNA, a nursing student, or simply someone with a heart for helping others, there's a place for you here. We offer flexible schedules, a supportive team, and the opportunity to do work that truly matters. Because sometimes the smallest moments, a conversation, a meal, a helping hand, make the biggest difference. Join a team that values compassion, professionalism, and purpose. Apply today at adaptivevitalcare.com. Again, that's adaptivevitalcare.com. Adaptive Vital Care Solutions. Care that adapts to life wherever you are.
Awesome radio. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Can you hear it? Awesome. Awesome.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're tuned in to the best radio show east of North Carolina and the rest of the world. This is Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio Network, the show where we share stories, celebrate culture, and inspire community. And as always, it's me, the man with the juice, the man with the sauce, Victor Ihuka, and I have my guys, AY and Patrick in the building. Yes, Ambassador Berry from Mbaya is my first time here. I've seen drums. Please roll some. Come on, one time for Ambassador Berry in the building. Yes. It's great to have you. I'm sure you're going to have a great experience as always with us. Yes, just before we went on that break, we were just introducing the topic today. Is convenience making us less capable? Yes, and we have our questions as always. Do you think technology has made people too dependent on convenience? What everyday skills or habits do you think people are slowly losing? And has modern convenience improved your life more than it has hurt it? Yes, and as always, you can drop your comments in the chats and you can call us. And yes, right before we went on that, we thought, a good place to start with this conversation would be from the resident Gen Z in the building, the man all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. Yes. Hey, Wena.
Yeah, these intros, I don't know.
Yeah.
They keep fluctuating, but it's okay.
But ne?
Okay. Yeah. So,
all right. So do you think, oh, wow. All right. So Rex from Aba in the chat. Rex from Abia State, Nigeria. Yeah, shout out to my Nigerians. Uche has finally dragged me here. Thank you, Uche, for dragging him here. I like the topic and eagerly wait to hear what others have to say. Yes, we also want to hear what you have to say. But first of all, let's turn it over to our resident Gen Z. Do you think technology has made people too dependent on convenience?
I would say for sure.
Okay.
Because it's a everyday lifestyle. As for me, for example, I'm always on my phone. I cannot go nowhere without my phone.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's my biggest
Investments.
I guess. No, it's not actually. It's not. It's not.
What's your biggest investment?
Probably my PS5.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
you're gonna say you, but yeah, well we know your PS5 is worth more than you, but go ahead.
Yeah, we needed that awkward silence. So, anyways, yes, we always depended on it, especially this new gen. I feel like technology is everything we ever had. Like we grew up with technology,
Right.
and technology continues to, grow on us, and we love it. From AI overtaking our lives, we all have personal assistants now. I call I call Claude my personal assistant because I all my assignments I just like tell it to be like, hey,
Your
help me
professors are
plan-
listening though, boy.
I know,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Help me plan, such and such. Help me plan how to do this, and that. And it helps me plan out my day, for example. And those are kind of things that help make me more efficient.
Right.
As for the PS5, when I have free time, I tend to get on the game and play some. That's more tech. When I'm just sitting down, I'm probably watching something, an anime on my laptop. That's more tech.
Right.
And so, the average person right now is so much into tech that it's everything we've ever known, as if, like, sometimes we even ask ourselves, without this, where would I be?
Yeah,
Not
it
knowing
feels
that
indispensable at this
yeah,
point.
and then not knowing that in the past, people never used to have these things. Smartwatches, people,
IoT, that's scary, man.
yeah, IoT, Internet of Things. Everything has become smart now. Smart fridge, smart gate, smart everything.
And we become a little less smart as human beings too, I heard.
Well, yeah, for the most part. So yeah, I think we are more dependent on tech, and that's just the way it is.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Rex from Aba in the conversation says convenience saves time, but many people don't reinvest that saved time into anything meaningful. So the question becomes, what is convenience freeing us for? Make sense, guys? Yes, that's amazing. That sounds very interesting. I'll take that again. Rex says convenience saves time, but many people don't reinvest that saved time into anything meaningful. So the question becomes, what is convenience freeing us for? Yes, and Ade says, hi, this is Ade from About Storytelling Hangout. Yes, thank you for joining us, Ade. Ebere says, convenience has made life easier physically, but mentally, many people seem more overwhelmed than ever. That contradiction is worth paying attention to. That's an interesting perspective too. Convenience has made life easier physically, but mentally, many people seem more overwhelmed than ever. The contradiction is worth paying attention to. So, this brings to mind the whole conversation around mental health, at least one. How, how this whole, I guess, bad habit of being on social media, for instance, or engaging with technology, at some point you find that your self-esteem or sort of influenced by all of those things. So, Patrick, you agree that technology has sort of made us a little less, made people too dependent on convenience. You can order food, you can order, you can
Yes.
order human beings.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I mean, you can order human beings. I'm talking about like online dating.
Which one is other human beings?
Yeah, I'm
This
just
guy is-
exaggerating, but
my
like
God.
it used to be that in the past you'd have to go out to meet people, right?
Yeah.
But now you can swipe and swipe. That's what I mean by like you can other human beings. Omotayo Omotayo says, I agree with what Rex says. You have free time. What do you do with the free time? People always scream of being busy when they are less busy. What do? Oh, people always scream of being busy when they are less busy. What do? Well, I guess they probably reinvest that time into more technology too. So, AY, what do you think?
Yes, I mean, a lot of very, very insightful things have been said already. Just to add to what we have already is the fact that I agree with the fact that technology is making our lives easier.
Right.
There's so many things, like you call them modern convenience in the what's it called, the flyer,
Right.
right? I also like the fact that we have the privilege to enjoy some of these things. I used to jokingly ask myself, or maybe just randomly in conversation, I was like, someone like say King Solomon, which arguably one of the wealthiest humans in history, and I just ask myself, what did this guy spend his money on? Because
Women.
because
Women.
at the end of the day, when we look at the things that technology is making available to us now,
Right.
you are like, wow, this is a good time to be rich.
Right.
It's
That's
a,
true too,
it's a
actually.
great time to have resources because there's a lot you use your money for, right? On the side of maybe it's making us a bit more dependent. Yeah, slightly I would agree to that, because truth is, it's becoming our new normal. Life is moving. If you don't move with it, it's going to leave you behind,
I
right?
mean,
So if you decide not to make use of
engage.
so for someone like me, especially when it comes to maybe staying online, for example, for someone like me, I would, if I could, I would stay off. I can decide to stay offline, and I've done I've done cycles of it, like take
Right.
2 months or 3 months. I've done that a lot of
Oh
times.
wow.
So, but even in those moments, I still have to be on WhatsApp, for example,
Which is still
because
technology.
which is still
Right.
technology, because there are people that want to reach. If I
Indispensable.
could,
Right.
I would honestly, and I've said it, maybe in the course of this summer, I'll probably do it maybe 3 days
Right.
off even WhatsApp, off everything. I just want to like just
There.
be on my own,
You
which I think it would be
Helpful, yeah.
a good thing for me. But it's just that our lives are now very much connected, so there is not much you can do to take yourself off that life, because there are people that need you to do things for them. There are people that need you to be somewhere, and if you are not online or if you are not accessible, there's no way they can get you to do those things for them. And if they don't get you to do those things for them, those things will suffer, right? Because you are responsible to some people. So our lives are becoming so intertwined that we have to, those things are now becoming responsibility for us, such that we
Right.
have to be there to be able to do those things. So I understand. And then the other side of it that I think it was Rex that mentioned also is the fact that people don't reinvest the free time they
Right.
get. I agree with that a lot, because at the end of the day, you see people,
is alright.
get to doom scroll on social media because they have free time. I will talk about that a little last week. But there is this other side of it where, because things are easier, there is more coming up, right? So a lot of people believe that since you can get it done easily, so let's increase the work. I feel like work is increasing for a lot of people because the time that it
do
will
work,
take to do
yeah,
the work has
it's been-
reduced, so they
right.
feel like you have more time, then take up more stuff to do. So all of these things are like connected, and I think we'll have to go on that break now.
Yes,
And
we're
then
still
we'll
live on
continue
Awesome Radio Network, and this is still Pete Perspectives. We'll be back right after the break. Boom.
Awesome Radio Network will be spreading the love of Jesus to the male residents at McGregor Downs Health Center, Greenville, with a gift bag for Father's Day on Friday, June 19th. If you would like to help donate, $10 will sponsor a bag. We can be reached at 252-756-3137. Visit our website to see the gift bags for our Mother's Day giveaway, awesomeradionetwork.org. Pictures are also on our Facebook page at Awesome Radio WECU. Look for our logo. We can be reached at 252-756-3137. That's 252-756-3137.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're tuned into Awesome Radio Network. And this is still Pete Perspectives, your favorite weekend show. Yes, let's get to the charts. Excuse me. Ebere says, maybe the real question is, are we using convenience intentionally, or are we slowly being conditioned by it? Are we using convenience intentionally, or are we slowly being conditioned by it? That's a very interesting take too. Jem Brooks Studio says the issue is not having machines do things for us. The issue is when we stop learning how to do anything ourselves, which is amazing too, because I mean it's part of being conditioned by it too, which is interesting. So that's actually a very good segue to the next talking point. What are some everyday skills people don't use anymore because technology now does it for us? What do you guys think? I mean, any one of you can.
So I think
Go
the
first.
first one is memorizing phone numbers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, there was a
that-
time that people used to
that's
memorize
true.
phone numbers.
That's true. That's
like
I s-
you memorize your number, your father,
father's, your
everybody.
Hold on.
just-
I think I still have my mom's number in my head and my Nigerian line too in my head. But that's pretty much about it. You know, how many phone numbers do you still have in your head?
Like, yeah, I think my number, my brother's Nigerian number, my own Nigerian, well, of course, my current number, my mom's number. That's pretty much it.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Gen Z, what do you
I
have
only-
any numbers? In
I
your
only have my phone number in my head. But
But hey, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really the whole point too.
I mean, if I lost my phone, I want to call it. That's the only thing. But I remember in primary school, I had my dad's and my mom's phone numbers like in my head. That was a thing that we were, trained to do. Just memorize the phone numbers so that if anything ever happened at school, when we needed, we needed to call, we'll call home, call mom, call dad. That was about it. Anybody else? I think my brother's number too, because he had a phone at the time. But yeah, once he got his phone, I got to learn his number. But besides that,
Interesting.
I don't remember the
Yeah,
last time I remember
And
their
I
numbers.
also think that it's not just about memorizing phone numbers. I think memorizing things,
Things, yeah,
generally.
in
So, for
general,
example, I
yeah,
remember when we were
yes.
growing up, we used to memorize scriptures, for example.
Right, you do like
I still
recitations.
do, though. Yeah, I still do. But
Yeah.
there is the side of if I don't have it, I can quickly check it.
Right.
Right. Which is a bit, I feel like it affects the effectiveness of these things when you cannot take it to heart. It flows better when you have it in your head. Right. And and the reason why I'm saying this is because there are times that you're called up for conversations where
Right.
you didn't prepare for it.
Right.
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 And you need those things.
Right.
And it has to keep coming.
Right.
Right.
I think it helps you improve memory generally
Yes.
too, which is
to
interesting.
memorize things,
Yeah, Suche says, are there things we shouldn't involve machines? Are there things we shouldn't involve machines? I wonder what the answer to that question would be. And then he goes on to say, Patrick doesn't seem too happy today. If they call you Gen Z too much, call them Gen Y. Oh man, enemies everywhere.
That's why I was laughing.
Yeah.
And then Bassi
Bassi,
says,
yes.
I think one thing that has been replaced is real human interaction. We use machines to keep company and drive pleasure. Ooh.
That's very interesting. And I think we've talked about this, in many different shades, how people are losing that ability to have conversations. So one of the things I actually did this week was I got called in the week. You all know Thought Street Academy, right? And they had this thing which I think was amazing. They had a bunch of adults, from different, I guess, walks of life, like we would say in Nigeria, and then they had the kids, come in and have conversations with them. So they gave us a rubric. So we are looking out for things like, ability to hold eye contact, firm handshake, how expressive we are there in conversation, how we are there. So basically they are trying to build out these skills where these kids, these are like a bunch of 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds. They're trying to teach them how to be able to have conversational skills, which is interesting because we didn't even have any structured stuff like this. And I was really impressed. So they had me there because they felt they wanted to have folks from, different cultures to enable that. What was interesting too, as an A-side was asking these kids, everyone, I'll be like, Hugh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had everything from, an eye doctor to a content creator, which was interesting too. Now, talking about technology, see how that whole thing has become like a profession in and of itself. People aspire to. Yes, I say all that in terms of the real human interaction, being replaced, because people don't realize that regardless of what you want in life, you have to deal with people.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what your dreams are, no matter what your goals are, you have to deal with people. And if you can't deal with people effectively, it will be pretty difficult to get what you want. I mean, unless you are well, let's not start naming names. Or some might say I'm naming names, you know. But yes, Rex says previous generations had fewer options but often developed stronger adaptability. This generation has more access, but sometimes lower tolerance for discomfort. Agreed?
Yeah, to a very large extent.
Right. Man, you guys are bringing some amazing perspectives to the previous generations. Yes, so talking about skills we are losing. You know, I didn't realize this. I mean, some of the older folks listening would remember how when we didn't have GPS, where you had to memorize the directions to a place.
Yeah.
And it got to a point, I heard from Dr. Z that they used to have a map,
Yeah.
like a physical map. And I can't even imagine driving to a place now, like without GPS, which
Yeah.
is, I mean,
In fact, I think for me, it's one of the, like, same for me too, because I have to go to a place repeatedly, like over and over and over again,
For you
to be
to
able
know.
to be sure of
Well, the
the
thing
road
is,
to the place.
Bro.
I won't lie. For me, memorizing places is
Easy.
always been a thing. Yeah, it's easy. Like I remember when we first came to the radio show, I was like, "Why are you using maps for it? We've been there like 3 times."
Nah.
Like
You
yeah,
end up
and
in
I wasn't
rally,
even the
don't
one
worry.
driving.
All
Like
right.
going to places, I get patterns quickly. Like you know the
cool.
turns, and then
Right.
I tend to remember. And yeah,
What's helpful for me is because I used to walk to school back in the day a lot. So when you walk to school, it's easier to sort of think about like landmarks and all that, places like placeholders in your head. And from there, you try to figure out the different ways to get like shortcuts and stuff, you know. We call it Appian ways, you know. Folks that grew up in Aba would know, you know, which is interesting. This is amazing. Ebere Ozokalu says in the chat, I think the danger isn't convenience itself, but dependence. Clock it. Once we lose the ability to function without the tool, we lose us. Wow. Amazing interactions and perspectives. Do you all agree?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I just think we should also add that these things are being created because over time we realize that we need these things, right, to make our lives easier, to make our lives work. For example, I'm sure that there are people who got lost because there was no GPS, at the
To
time.
take more time to
Do you understand?
Right.
But with GPS, we can avoid that. So there are things that, yes, it's good to have, you know, those things as life skills.
Yeah.
You know, the ability to memorize places, to memorize numbers, to memorize all those things. At the same time, we should not also push ourselves away from using the available technology.
Balance.
Because the reason is because these things are available. So, for example, if you needed to, so let's assume that there was no way to keep these things documented, and you needed to remember someone's number.
Right.
And for whatever reason, you're humans, you're not computers, you forget the number, and you are pretty much stranded. What are you going to do?
Right.
But technology is there to make sure that you have it, even when humans fail. Maybe you forgot, or maybe you're going to somewhere, maybe for the second time, for whatever reason, somebody had, maybe the major landmark you were looking at, somebody had taken it away. For example, there's a gas station before you take the turn, you know what I'm
Right,
talking
on
about?
Evans, yeah.
It's not there anymore.
Right,
Imagine someone memorized that thing and was like, once I get to the gas station, I know where next time. You get there's no gas station. Then what are you going to do? Do you understand? So
what
things
you mean.
happen, and then when there is technology, it helps us to be able to navigate easily without,
Right. Technology
without
is, makes our life easier too. Ebere says Appian way. Yes, Onyambana Yankee. Yeah, that's yeah, he obviously got the reference. It's a popular slang back home in Nigeria, which is interesting. I was gonna say something. Yes, technology. Bro, there is too many technologies out there. Of which, I mean, it would be difficult if you really wanted to use everything there is. You know, you can't even run out of things to use. But I guess it's really about picking and choosing which ones, you know, best. Because I mean, think about, he was talking about cloud the first time. You're probably a chat GPT guy.
I'm moving to Claude.
Oh,
though.
really?
Yeah, I'm moving to Claude.
How-
so
how-
I used Claude a bit towards the
Okay.
end of last semester, and I
Okay.
think I enjoy it.
Okay,
more
how
than-
different is it?
So I feel like it's more accurate somehow.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
it's more. I think it's smarter than ChatGPT. That's because I've used ChatGPT for a long time and I got used to it. So moving to Claude was like, I don't think this will work. But then I had to do some things, and where Claude really impressed me was there was one of my preferences that I don't even remember adding to Claude. And this is the same thing that sometimes ChatGPT will do it, and I'll be like, but I've told you that this thing is wrong. Like, I don't like having this.
Right.
I did it once, and then Claude caught my attention to say, this thing is not part of your preference. I think you should take it out. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Okay.
This same thing I'll be fighting ChatGPT for. I think
yeah.
that was what sold me on it.
That's
like, okay,
amazing. And then, a lot of people came to it too from the whole thing around, the U.S. Department of Defense and Anthropic and all that. But
I feel like it's more efficient.
Oh, that's okay.
Personally,
Y'all are trying to sell me on it too. Yes, Bassi says, I often think that technology was really built as a means of social control. Interesting. Fast food, social media, and all that have been projected to predict and control human behavior. That's a very interesting thing. Do you all agree or not?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for social media, for example, we talked about agenda setting some time ago. Media generally, not even just social media. Media generally, there is always an agenda people are pushing, and they're trying to, and those things that shape people's behaviors. So let me give you a very funny example. There was a time that there's a way you would dress, that people will look at you and be like, why are you dressed this way? And I'm trying to be careful, but like, this is more on the female side. Like, there's a way females will dress, and people will look at you in some cultures and be like, why are you dressed this way?
Right, in our culture,
but slowly, and I'm saying this because it's more from the media, people began to see people dress this way, where they expose their bodies. And slowly, it's becoming normal. That even you today, you're being desensitized in a way that when you see it doesn't feel awkward to you to see people exposing their bodies.
I think that's true
because
for
you've
a lot
seen
of
it
things
so
too.
many times on media, not even just social media
What's it
alone,
called?
even in movies and then of course more on social media.
There's a word
that it becomes a bit normal. You are getting numb to the idea of people exposing their body. You've seen it so much that now when you see someone expose their body, just like, okay, it's one of those things. And you're no longer, that cringe or that, oh, what is this, is no longer there for you. Because you've seen it over and over. So when this person talks about social media, social control, or even social engineering, it makes a lot of sense because we see these things every day.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, I think there's a word in psychology, conditioning, there's operant conditioning, and then there's all these different, but I guess where I'm sort of wondering is the idea. It makes it seem like there is this entity somewhere who are trying to control folks and all that. But I think it's also a function of power. Who owns power and what are they trying to achieve? For instance, people have talked a lot about like how people influence elections. How if you have enough power, you could. There are disinformation campaigns in trying to drive people towards a particular candidate and stuff. Rex says, talking about getting lost, you would understand this analogy. Talking about getting lost, Uche got lost growing up and appeared on NTA. For those of you that don't know, NTA is Nigerian Television Authority. Uche got lost and growing up and appeared on NTA as a missing person. Technology over manual technicality, if there's a word like that. This is a cultural thing that has to be explained. So back in Nigeria, I'm sure you would know this. If a kid gets lost or a missing person, you see a kid that's lost their way. This is way before the technology we have now. They'll be brought to the television and then they would have them on the screen. And it's a whole thing. There'll be a public service announcement. This boy on your screen got lost. He was found along, Red Bank. He says his name is Patrick Mbaya. No. Could the parents or guardians of this person come to the... That is interesting. Wow, I've never had this reference made in a long, long time. Yes, Esther Olamma Shedrack says, I'm all for making life easier with technology as long as I can afford it. And as long as it has no harmful effects on my health, which is interesting because we are talking about IoT. Like your Apple Watch can literally track your oxygen level, your breathing, your sleep, whatever. Like it's so... I'm even scared sometimes of these things because you don't know how much information you're feeding it. There's one that's like a ring that tracks. It's crazy, and it's in real time
Yeah,
too.
and athletes wear that
Right?
one. Yeah, the ring one because it's easier to.
It's crazy, crazy. Yes, Steven Onyebula says, Bassi Hill, nice point. You've got there. But what if I put it differently? Yes, put it differently, my brother. It was built to aid humans, but it's gradually tilting towards being used to control man. Yes, you and AY are all in the same WhatsApp group. Yeah, he said technology was built to. I'm kidding. He said technology was built to aid humans, but it's gradually tilting towards being used to control man. The social control thing, too, we mentioned. Ade Allah says these technologies are invented to make life easier and more convenient for us. It only becomes an issue when you can't function at all without it.
Yes. Yes.
That's
I agree
interesting.
with that. It's important to get to the point where you can still function even when you don't have those things.
I think it's not easy. Well, I mean, as you all would know, because think about what he says with his phone and all that. And I'm sure you've noticed how, they say that as you have a mini heart attack when you look, check for your phone and you can't see it. It's like, back home and stuff, which is interesting. So, amazing conversation so far.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was going to talk about this Adiola's last point, which I think I agree with a whole lot. The idea of functioning without it, even when I was watching a video this week, and someone was talking about how a lot of kids can't even write letters. And I remember that when we were in school then, well, I'm still in school, but like when we were in high school, let's call it secondary school, we would write letters. They tell you, oh, this is where to put the address of the letter.
Right.
You put this one on the right, put this one on the left. They taught us formal letters, taught us informal letters, how to close, start, introduce yourself. I like all those things. I don't know if they still do all of that anymore. I don't know if you ask say maybe a 12-year-old to write a letter to their parents or to anyone, then they will even tell you not less than 200 words, not less than so number of words. And then you have to count. So the average then used to be 10 words per line. So you just, in your head, you're like, okay, if I do 20 lines, that's, I've been able to do that number of lines. So like people just, I feel like it's important to not lose those skills because like someone also mentioned in the chat, it's not about using technology, it's about using it as an enhancement, not as a replacement. You're not trying to replace yourself with technology. You are trying to make your work more effective and make what you're doing better. So, for example, for those who write, maybe stories or those, because I worked in film, and I feel like there's something that technology will never have, which is the especially AI. I don't think AI will ever get to that point where it can feel. AI cannot feel, at least at the moment. And I do not see it happening where AI will have human feelings. That's why it is artificial. The moment it loses, if it can feel like humans, it's no longer artificial then, right? So the reason why it is artificial intelligence is because it does not have that actual human feeling. And that human touch, we do not want to lose it. Because that is the sense of connection. If you read a story that is human, you can tell if this is from human being. And I'm happy that for a lot of even videos, when you watch some videos, you can tell that this is AI. When you hear the way it sounds, you can tell that this is AI. Even music, like I've heard a lot of good AI music. Like you hear the sound, it's so nice. I've made music with AI, but the idea is when you still hear those sounds, you can tell that this is AI. Like it's good. I'm not saying it's not good, but you can differentiate that now this doesn't feel human enough.
Right. I wanted to just mention, Bassi says in the chat, before we go on the break, I wrote love letters and enjoyed it before to go ruined the moment. Yes. Did you write love letters?
Did I? No, I didn't.
Did you write love letters?
No, I
did. Yeah.
What? He said there was no
one to write it. I was I attended a military school. I was a very soldier boy.
It's amazing conversation. We're still live on Awesome Radio, and we get on the last lap when we get back from the break. Don't touch that dog. Boom.
It starts with something small: a missed meal, a forgotten medication, a moment where you realize your loved one shouldn't be alone. And suddenly you're asking, how do I keep them safe without taking them out of the place they love most? At Adaptive Vital Care Solutions, we help families answer that question every day. With compassionate, personalized in-home care, we support your loved one with companionship, personal care, meal preparation, and the everyday help that brings peace of mind. Because home isn't just a place, it's where dignity, comfort, and independence live. Reach out to Adaptive Vital Care Solutions for your free consultation. 252-762-1633. Again, that's 252-762-1633. Or visit adaptivevitalcare.com. Adaptive Vital Care Solutions. Care that adapts to life wherever you are.
Awesome radio. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Can you hear it? Awesome. Awesome.
Yes, welcome back. Yes, it's been an amazing conversation, and the comments are still coming. Uchendu Junior says, I wrote letters and memorized timetables. Yes, you remember that, right, AY?
Yeah.
2 times 1, 2. I mean, even the
Yeah.
English alphabet too. I don't even think people still memorize the alphabets now these days. Interesting
They do.
stuff, right?
They do, yeah. Like the kids, they have these.
Or like the
They still
songs
do,
and
yeah,
all.
they
Okay,
still do,
that's
yeah.
amazing to know.
Because you need to learn to read at the end of the day. so-
Right. Patrick Bassi in the comments says, Patrick, I would love to write you some love letters and grow butterflies in your stomach. Well, let's unpack this first. What are you, Bassi? Are you a man or a woman? Let's start from that.
Jesus is Lord. Okay, first off, let's relax, everybody. Second of all, when you asked AY if you wrote love letters and
Yeah,
you said
they
no,
did
and
have
you asked me
no-
and I said yes, I think I need to take that back. I wouldn't say love letter per se, but like letters that go around.
What's
Like,
that?
you know, pass it around. So, like, it's like texting in real life. So a teacher is teaching, and there's this girl that is in the class
Uh-huh.
that I like, and we know each other.
Uh-huh.
And so I write her something, and I'm like, I don't know what I write her. I'm like, you know, did you bring lunch or whatever?
Right.
So I can't say it, but I can
So
pass this letter.
Right.
So I write and I fold it up and I say pass it to right.
So does the
And-
person you give it to open it or not?
No,
Oh,
they,
okay.
why would they open it? Are they?
Bro
it's not
code.
for them.
Bro
It's-
code.
yeah, so they pass the letter on,
Yeah.
and then she writes me back, and I write her. And
Well, that doesn't count as love letter, you know. There
It's
used to be a
writing.
format for love letter too. Yeah, well, whoever.
From your
You are-
golden pen
yes,
of something. Oh God.
I'm picking my pen from the basket of love to write you this. Man,
It's crazy.
memories. I
And
wonder
there used
what-
to be this books for text messages.
Yes,
You remember?
yes. It used- even lyrics too, music lyrics
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Remember? Yeah, well, man, it feels like such a long time now too.
It is actually.
know.
You're getting old.
Right. So Uchendu said, I mean, how is it possible that AY didn't write love letters and Patrick did? Like, interesting.
AY said he went to a military school. I think that's why.
So you guys are not people of love in military.
No, so it depends on who you are too. Like
Oh, okay.
I've never been. Okay, maybe not
In
never
love.
been. Like that not that way.
Okay.
Like at that time I wasn't. So maybe more of love texts.
Right.
Because more recently,
Right.
on like far back love letters. no, it didn't
Honestly,
work.
if well, let me not say something. I will get me. So Steven says the powers in tech cannot be overemphasized. Imagine the whole presidential entourage that went to China had to bin everything that the country they visited gave them. Buffer phones, pings, etc. Power. Yeah, I think it's reacting to the news that the president and his entourage had to, trash everything that was given to them for I guess for fear of what's it called? Eavesdropping, the technologies that do all those things. That's an interesting thing about technology too. Uchendu Njonye says you are both getting old. I don't know the pair you are
That's
referring
Victor,
to.
Victor surely.
I don't know the pair you are
and his-
referring
and
to.
his village people.
You are both getting old. I guess the two of you that both the ones that wrote love letter and the one that did it.
Nah,
It's the
that's-
two of you
that's-
that they
that's
are.
Victor.
Yes, it's been an amazing conversation, man. Thank you so much to everyone who listened and to everyone who dropped a comment and, dropped a response and their perspectives. You are the reason we are here every week. And yes, moving on to our community events, upcoming community events before we get out of here. What do we have, guys?
Yes, the first one is the Farmville 5K and Fun Run that takes place Saturday,
Today.
May 16th, which
Yes.
is today, at the Farmville Town Commons from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yes, it's already started. The Farmville 5K and Fun Run. Patrick, what do you have?
We also have the event that features a scenic and family-friendly route through Farmville's Park. Okay, that was what
It's the same event, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same event. Yeah.
Yeah. So there will be medals for finishers, race shirts, and cheap timing for the 5K. Great event for runners, walkers, and families looking to stay active.
Okay.
Yes.
We also have happening this Saturday is differently abled fun fair, World of Sports edition at the Greenville Convention Center from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yes, the event celebrates individuals with disabilities and their families with games, rides, crafts, sports-themed activities, performances, food, and much more. And yes, the final event we have here, Greenville United takes on River City at John Paul II Stadium from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow, May 17th. Yes, come out and support local soccer. Enjoy great community vibes, family fun, and an exciting atmosphere right here in Greenville. Bring the energy and bring the noise. Yes, Bassi says, I enjoyed my time here. Thank you guys. Thank you guys too. We enjoyed having you here and we enjoy our time here. Yes, Rex says, it's been an amazing show. Glad I joined. Yes, we are glad you joined too. We'll catch you, next week too. We hope you join too. So yes, that's all for this week's episode of your favorite Pitt Perspectives. Thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us.
I think we should take this last.
Yes. Go ahead and read
Said,
it.
man, I remember growing up as a kid, we could recite multiplication table of 1 to 12 offhand. Right now, primary kids are already using calculators and they can't even do simple arithmetic with their brain.
Which is
I'm sure they
interesting.
still do, honestly.
I mean,
That's what I mean.
it's less popular than it was. I guess that's the
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
yeah. Because think about it, a lot of these kids from a younger age have like iPads.
Yes.
Where, you see them on the screen. Like, imagine growing up on that, which is good and not so
No,
good.
I don't think it is.
No, so on the one hand, you find that kids are more able to,
Before we drag this, let me just say happy belated Mother's Day. And
yes,
you know,
happy belated
Yeah,
Mother's Day to all our moms.
to all moms out there. Yeah.
Yes, and the future moms and aspiring moms too. Yes, it's been an amazing conversation today. You can check us out on pitperspectives.com. Shout out to Carolina Arthritis Center and Awesome Radio. See you next week. Boom.